What will occur in the event that you eat a cigarette? Okay, the exemplary inquiry of what occurs in the event that one chooses to crunch on a cigarette. Indeed, clutch your taste buds since we're going to leave on a wild and engaging excursion into the domain of the unconventional. Most importantly, let me underline that eating a cigarette is certainly not an insightful culinary decision. Cigarettes are intended for smoking, not for stimulating our taste buds or satisfying our palates. In any case, hello, we should cooperate and envision the particular outcomes that could unfurl. As you bring that game-changing chomp into the cigarette, anticipate that a hurricane of odd sensations should fill your mouth. The taste? Goodness, it's a great mix of smoky sharpness and compound mayhem, such as licking a pit fire blended in with a touch of sulfuric acid. Not the very flavor that will have Michelin-featured gourmet experts asking for your mysterious recipe. Presently, as the cigarette sets out on its excursion through your stomach-related framework, it's the ideal opportunity for a particular impacts to kick in. Your stomach could end up in a mess, considering what the heck you've exposed it to. It might begin a defiant dance, performing somersaults and cartwheels to challenge this eccentric menu decision. Expect an ensemble of unusual sounds as your gut protests and moans like an irate jazz band. Eating a cigarette can be hurtful to your well-being. Cigarettes contain different poisonous substances, including nicotine, which is exceptionally habit-forming. While cigarettes are principally intended for smoking and not intended to be ingested, in the event that somebody were to unintentionally or deliberately consume a cigarette, it could make unfavorable impacts. Here are a few likely results of eating a cigarette. Poisonousness. Cigarettes contain various poisonous synthetic compounds, like nicotine, tar, formaldehyde, and other hurtful substances. Ingesting these substances can prompt harming, which might cause side effects like queasiness, spewing, stomach agony, discombobulation, and, surprisingly, more serious impacts relying upon the amount consumed. Nicotine glut. Nicotine is a profoundly drug tracked down in cigarettes. Consuming a cigarette, particularly on the off chance that you're not a smoker familiar with nicotine, can bring about nicotine glut. Side effects might incorporate wooziness, expanded pulse, raised circulatory strain, perspiring, migraine, and in serious cases, it can prompt seizures or even be dangerous. Gastrointestinal issues. Eating a cigarette can make disturbance and harm the gastrointestinal parcel. It might bring about irritation, stomach torment, queasiness, retching, and possibly lead to additional difficult circumstances like ulcers or gastrointestinal dying. Stifling risk. Cigarettes contain channels and paper coverings that are not intended to be ingested. Gulping these parts can represent a stifling danger, especially on the off chance that they become held up in the throat or gastrointestinal system. In the event that you or somebody you know unintentionally ingests a cigarette, looking for surefire clinical attention is significant. Contact a medical care proficient or your nearby crisis administrations to get proper guidance and help.